All right, I'm gonna have to set this up. I have no idea what I can even see here in landscape mode. All right. Oops. Let's get this set up. Hi, friends. I'm just going to give it a few minutes because I just noticed that my little stories that I put up on Instagram and Facebook didn't even load until a minute ago. So I'm going to just give a couple minutes for anyone who's just seeing the post to jump on if they didn't see it until a second ago. So if you want to hang out, you're welcome to. Um, Otherwise, I'll just give it a couple more minutes. I have to admit, I literally cannot see the screen, so I'm trying to see if I'm even in the frame here. But I will definitely not be able to see any comments because it is too bright. I'll flip the screen actually um, while I'm waiting here so you guys can see the ocean. You might be able to see the inside of my yoga wheel here too. Just giving it a couple minutes. Give you a better view. If you're not in Florida and you're watching this, let me know where you're from. This is what it's like here today in Deerfield Beach, Florida. Not too shabby. I'm not sure how good the internet quality is here on the beach, so I apologize if it's a little pixelated. If you don't follow me on Instagram or Sunset Beach Yoga on Facebook, this was just a spontaneous decision, obviously, to do this live today. So thank you for tuning in if you found it from YouTube. Also have not done this before, so again, I don't know what the quality is going to be like, so bear with me. Also wish the clouds would cover just a little bit so I can have some shade. All right, I'll give it another minute. Oh, I can see someone's comment just popped up. I'm sorry, I didn't see that though. The sun is too bright. I'll make sure and read it after the live. All right. It's 5 minutes in. I'm going to flip it back to front view here. Hopefully I'll be in the frame. Let's see. I know the ocean is probably a little bit better of a view, but all right. Hopefully you can still hear it. The waves are beautiful today. All right, friends. Well, if you're here, again, thank you and hello from Deerfield Beach, Florida, sunny South Florida. Happy Saturday. All right. So I decided to go live today because because I do my own breath work and meditation practice every day, and usually on the beach, although I do it indoors sometimes as well. But this morning I already got up and meditated with the sun today as it rose, and I wanted to come back out here and catch some midday vibes, beach vibes, and possibly go for a swim here. But I definitely wanted to tune in and do some more breath work, and it's something that's been very present in my life, more so even these days. And I feel like it should be present. I don't want to say should. It would be beneficial if the majority of us were also doing more breath work, more stress relief, watching our nervous systems a little bit better, just paying a little more attention to our nervous systems. Um, for a couple of reasons, one where stress has been it's been basically a real pandemic for a long time already, pre-COVID, and then as an actual pandemic hit our planet, our world, and affected us, and all the other things that came with it, the politics, the all the other things that came with it, right? Collectively, our stress levels have also risen. So, and it's not just stress. Stress in the body actually can also build up and express itself basically the same as trauma. So we could say that collectively we've been experiencing a sort of trauma, and we have. And we have our individual traumas as well that we carry in our bodies from our whole lives, right? Even from childhood, even from the memories that we don't remember consciously, right? Even from the first 3 years of our life, even from our actual birth. So coming out of the birth canal is our first trauma. And then from there, as we progress through our beautiful human experiences, we go through all different kinds of traumas as well. Everything from heartbreaks to, being bullied to all kinds of things, abuse to varying degrees. And abuse can be physical abuse, it can be emotional abuse, it can be, being manipulated, all that stuff. So, so, what we want to do is get our nervous systems back into a parasympathetic state. So, typically with stress, the sympathetic nervous system is overly firing all the time. And that's kind of what we've normalized as a society. We've become accustomed to stress, to sympathetic nervous system response. But what happens when we're continuously in that state of fight or flight, right, which is what the sympathetic nervous system is responsible for? We're basically cutting off a lot of our body's energy supply. We're reducing our immunity. Our immune systems are actually affected by over pumping adrenaline, by not producing certain hormones, by overproducing other hormones. Basically, we're throwing our system off, and we don't want to do that because it decreases our health. It also decreases our overall well-being, our happiness, right? So we actually start feeling depressed. We start feeling just less vital, and we have the potential to have more vital experience on a daily basis. Um, those of you who are actually on here, can you just let me know how the sound is? Because I have waves, I have a plane here, and I just want to make sure that you guys can actually hear what I'm saying so that I'm not just speaking into the wind. You could just let me know. I don't know if you have the ability to comment or say anything. I can't even really see, but I'll try to see if you guys comment. Okay, perfect. Thank you. Okay. All right. Thank you. So, I'm going to be posting this later, but I just wanted to share the easiest things that we can do to reduce stress on a daily basis, starting right now. Um, Number one is our breath. And as a yoga teacher, and if you've been on my channel, you've probably seen me talk about this on all my yoga classes. And if you are in Sunset Beach Yoga and come to my classes live, then you definitely know I talk about the breath and how important it is. Because the breath is our magic key, it's the connecting point from our physical experience, our physical body, and our mind and emotions. But even just speaking from a scientific standpoint, so if we were just talking about the breath from a scientific standpoint, belly breathing has been scientifically proven to reduce stress in the body as it stimulates or improves the vagal nerve or the vagus nerve tone. So the vagus nerve is the 10th cranial nerve, right? And it's actually the longest nerve system or cranial nerve, sorry, in the brain, in the body. And it innervates all these major systems of the body, including the throat. So the larynx, the voice box, the basically the muscles that make you swallow. It comes through the lungs, the heart, and it also governs a lot of the digestive system. And basically all the systems that when we're in stress or in fight or flight mode too much, anxiety, those systems start to overreact and we get inflammation in the body. And inflammation is what causes all kinds of issues, all the way from, arthritis to cancer. So the vagus nerve is such an important nerve in the body. It's actually a pair of nerves to keep healthy. And the number one way to bring that nerve back online, there's actually many ways, by the way. Singing, humming, um, my God, I could like literally list. I kind of want to list a little bit of information on that. But one of the best ways, and one of the ways that I've been practicing on a daily basis, is breath work, and especially breathing into our belly. So when we do our yoga asanas, right, we're always encouraged to use the ujjayi breath, which we're doing all the time in our yoga practice. But we don't need to do a yoga practice in order to do ujjayi breath or breath work in general. So you can actually do breath work anywhere. You don't even need to, be sitting down. You can stand up. You can be doing anything and do breath work. But what's important is that we start to bring the awareness of the breath instead of just being in the chest. All right, like a lot of times when you go to the doctor or something, an adult, usually a grown adult that's not a conscious breather, and the doctor says, take a deep breath, this is what happens. But we want to bring the breath down into the diaphragm. So we want to, instead of being a chest breather, we want to be a belly breather, a diaphragmatic breather. So we can start with just doing that right now. And I'm going to give you the option, if you would like to join me for this, to check in with yourself. You can either lay down or check in with your belly, rather. Lay down or stay sitting up wherever you are. Laying down is a nice way to start belly breathing. If you've never done it before, it's an easy way to kind of feel into it. But if you're comfortable sitting down, you can go ahead and sit down. And what we're going to do is place one or both hands, it's up to you, right over the belly button there. And we can start by inhaling in through the nose and inhale so that your hand actually moves away from your body. So you're expanding your belly like a balloon. So you'll feel your hand kind of float up away from the spine. And then we're going to ask you to exhale like a ha, like you're fogging a mirror. Okay, so just a. So you're actually fogging a mirror, and I'm sure you've done this before. Inhaling in through your nose, right into your hand or both hands. You want to make sure that that belly actually expands into the hand. And then exhale that ha sound. Good. We'll do that a couple more times, closing the mouth. Inhale in through the nose, into the hands. And then exhale the ha sound. And we'll do one more just like that. So exhale all the way out and then inhale in through your nose, nice and long. See if you can get that inhale a little bit longer, a little more into the palms. And then make that ha sound, constricting the whisper muscles in the back of your throat. Good. Now what we're going to do is close the mouth, and we're going to do the same thing, inhaling in through the nose, down into the hands, filling the belly. And then we're going to keep the mouth closed and do the same ha sound. So same thing. We're still doing the, but the mouth is closed. We're going to keep going. So inhale in through the nose, filling the hands. We're just focusing on the belly now, not the chest. Make the ha sound, mouth closed. Empty completely, and we'll do that one more time. Again, inhale into the hands, fill the belly, into the nose. Nice and slow, all the way to the top, sitting up tall, or laying down if you're laying down. And then making that ha sound, mouth closed. Beautiful. If you want, you can keep your eyes closed, maybe let your hands rest either on your lap or on your knees, and do maybe a couple more rounds of that. Just keeping your awareness again on your diaphragm. So as you inhale, belly expands out. As you exhale, belly draws back to the spine. What you want to do is see if you can inhale, create even slower breaths in. So slowing down that inhale down into the belly. And then on your exhale, breathing out a little longer than your inhale. So you might find the inhale is just a little shorter anyways. That's okay. So inhale, fill your belly. Again, we're just relaxing the chest here. We're just focusing on the belly. And then a longer exhale than your inhale. So if you're brand new to breathwork, you can start this technique by breathing in. If you'd like to try breathing in for a count of 4 and then exhaling for a count of 6, that can be very helpful. Let me just switch this really quick. So you want to just exhale a little longer than your inhales. Again, inhaling for a count of 4, exhaling for a count of 6 is a nice way to start. There's also another technique you can practice called box breathing. So box breathing is when you do a little breath hold. So instead of just going inhaling and then exhaling, you can inhale for a count of 4 or 5. It depends on the rate of your breath. So you can inhale for a count of 4 or 5 or 6 even, or longer if you're a more adept breather. You hold the breath for the same amount of time, so 4, 5, or 6. You exhale for the same amount, and then hold for the same amount. So hence we get the box. So inhale, let's say for 5, or inhale for 5, hold for 5, exhale 5, hold for 5, inhale 5, hold for 5. So you just keep going. All right, so whatever counts you want to do, if you'd like to practice that for a couple rounds, you're welcome to do so. So maybe let's drop in and try that. I'll do it with you as well. let's start with a count of four because it's easy. I don't know who's on here, so I'm not sure how well you guys breathe or how what your breath capacity is rather. So let's start with a count of four. So just go ahead, sitting up or laying down. It's up to you. Take a breath first. Take a nice grounding breath in. Nice exhale, however you want. And then let's go ahead and inhale for four. Inhale for one, two, three, four. Hold. One, two, three, four. Exhale. One, two, three, four. Hold. One, two, three, four. Inhale. One, two, three, four. Hold for one, two, three, four. Exhale. One, two, three, four. Hold. One, two, three, four. Inhale. One, two, three, four. Hold for one, two, three, four. Exhale. One, two, three, four. Hold for four. One, two, three, four. Inhale. One, two, three, four. Hold. One, two, three, four. Exhale. One, two, three, four. Last round. Hold. One, two, three, four. Inhale. One, two, three, four. Pause and let your breath out slowly. Maybe taking a moment if your eyes are closed, allowing your breath to do whatever feels good and natural, and just taking a moment to notice any shifts in your physical body, any change in your body's temperature, any different sensations in the body, noticing if it maybe brought energy to you or calmed you down. So breathwork can do a bunch of different things. And just because it brings energy into the body, it's a good kind of energy. It doesn't mean it brings anxiety. That's what we want to actually ease. So sometimes we'll feel a little more clear, a little more present, a little more vital, but from a more calm space. So more of a sattvic space, right? It's like calm clarity is what we're looking for, not caffeinated energy, because caffeinated energy is then all that's doing is pumping our adrenals even more, creating that adrenal fatigue, which is also just a normal another name for stress, right? So we want to actually reduce the effects of that and open up more space for natural vitality. The beach is so pretty, you guys. I just want to flip the screen really quick to show you the waves. I'm not sure if you can even hear them because I'm using my headphones here, but let's just give you a moment. Look how pretty. Such a beautiful day here in South Florida. So much to be grateful for. So double whammy, breathing outside in nature, which I highly, highly recommend. Getting outside and doing your breath work, doing your pranayama. By the way, just being with nature is also another stress reduction technique. Very simple. We don't have to do anything. But if we're just with nature, sitting outside, especially the ocean or bodies of water, also scientifically proven to reduce stress and create happy hormones in the brain. But the ocean has negative ions coming off of the breeze from the water. Also very nice. So does the sun, actually. So just being outside in nature is also very, very healing. Also want to just add, if you'd like to, while you're doing your breathing techniques, I'll do one more pranayama technique with some mudra as well. But if you'd like to add as an extra bonus, something that's nice that I also do when I'm doing my meditation or breath work, you don't have to, but essential oils any kind of essential oils, depending on your mood. Um, Lavender, of course, I'm sure you guys have heard, is always a really nice one because it's naturally relaxing. But since I'm outside and it's warm, peppermint is always a good one for the summertime or when it's hot out. So I like to use some peppermint, and there's all different kinds of essential oil brands that you can get. You can rub it in your palms, do big inhales in through your nose and out through the mouth. So you go in and then exhale, inhale in and exhale. And then you can also go in through the mouth. And peppermint is awesome because when you breathe it in through the mouth, it actually goes to the lungs and you can feel it. So you can breathe in. And if you want, exhale out of the nose or just out of the mouth again. Inhale in, big open mouth. And last one. Nice. So if you didn't have any oils with you, that's cool. All right. But maybe next time you want to read tune into this, I'll probably share it later. Lemongrass is also really nice, but I love lavender. I love peppermint. And I also have my rose water spray. These aren't sponsored things, by the way, guys. These are just my personal tools in my tool belt here. Rose water, super, super good, hydrating, feels awesome. When, again, it's summertime, it's hot, it's sweaty outside. Rose water is also said to have super high vibration. So there's actually a really high vibrational quality to rose in general, rose scent, rose flowers. And then this particular brand, this heritage store, you can read about it. It's supposedly a really good brand here. So anyway, that's my tools. I'm going to put a little bit more on. Looks like the clouds are coming, so not too sunny now. It might actually rain, so I'm not going to be here for too much longer. All right, so those of you still here, thanks for hanging. I'm going to do one more, well, depending on how much time here. I'm going to talk about mudra. I think I have done some other lives in the past where I tuned in, talked about some mudra, yoga with the hands, essentially. So I've taught yoga asana classes, right, where we're doing different yoga poses with the entire body. But we can do specific techniques with just the digits. And the yoga with the hands, aka mudra or energetic seals, have their own qualities, their own energetic qualities as well. So even if you can't do entire poses with the body, even if you don't have a bunch of time to do the whole yoga practice, you can still sit down, stand up, even driving in your car, and hold mudra and use your breath, right? So one of the ones, very easy, well, a common one, I'll just say a common one that you probably have seen many times in pictures and videos, Yan Mudra, the seal of knowledge. You can always sit, hold this mudra and breathe. But one that I practice on a regular basis that I find a lot of benefit from, especially over the last couple of years, especially if you're feeling low energy, if you're feeling like you might be getting sick, you just want an overall energy boost, and it also does calm the mind and the nervous system, is Prana Mudra. So if you watch some of my videos, if you've come to my classes, you've also heard me use the word Prana. And Prana is the universal life force energy, right? That is literally enlivening everything that we see. Now, some things don't have much prana, right? So it's like a level of prana, like an inanimate object doesn't really have much prana versus a live object or a live being or a tree, for instance, right? But a live tree versus a tree that was cut down, right, has different levels of prana. And prana is essentially what keeps something, alive, youthful. So make sure I get that out of the way. So as we age, we lose prana. But yogis, what we're trying to do, or what we have the potential for, is to actually learn to gather, to collect, and to hold prana in the body. So that's what we're trying to do, not just through our breath, but we want to eat good, healthy, alive, nourishment food, and breathe the breath. Even certain thoughts, right? Positive, beneficial thoughts actually have higher prana, more prana than negative um, unresourceful thoughts and thought patterns. So all different ways. But anyways, Prana mudra, very simple. It's taking the pointer and middle finger together, and we're going to take ring finger, pinky, and thumb together. So you can do one hand or you can do both hands, and you can hold the mudra either in your lap, on your knees. If you're driving, sometimes I actually will drive in Prana mudra and do some breath work while I'm driving, one hand, right? No, I'm not gonna, recommend you don't have two hands on the steering wheel, but I know we don't always follow rules, so that is something you can do. However, it's also something you can add in while you're doing your pranayama practice. So whether you're doing your ujjayi breath or your box breathing. So the ujjayi breath, by the way, you guys, is essentially it's that belly breath that we were just doing. So as you breathe in through the nose into the belly, and then we're making that ha sound, but mouth is closed. That's the ujjayi breath, and that's the breath you would do through a hatha yoga practice or vinyasa practice as well. The box breathing, also very, very good. Inhaling for a count of 4 or 5 or 6 or whatever, holding the breath for the same amount of time, exhaling for the same amount of time, doing that cycle. So I would recommend holding Prana Mudra for at least 5 minutes to start, to try that. So just 3 to 5 minutes. So you can use Prana Mudra as a meditation in itself, knowing that it's boosting your body's vitality. Think about circulating that prana, and each time you inhale, you can imagine bringing in that fresh prana, bringing in the breath, and not just oxygen. Think about that breath bringing in life force, like literal life force on that inhale. So you can imagine bringing it in as you inhale, and as you exhale, you can imagine exhaling out static, anything that doesn't serve you, right? So think about detoxing. When we detox, when we eliminate, when we go to the bathroom, right, we're eliminating from the body. We have plenty of ways that we eliminate. One of the greatest ways that we eliminate or detox is our exhale, believe it or not. So we're actually often holding residual breath in the body, and that residual breath leads to stagnation. So if you're not fully exhaling out, then you're holding some residual breath, and then that's again, it turns into stagnation. So when you're exhale, making sure you're exhaling completely, emptying the breath out of the body completely before beginning that next inhale. So if you're doing the box breathing, trying to find your maximum without straining of where you can hold that breath out and how you can hold that breath in. Now the trickiest sometimes is the inhale. So sometimes that inhale is just a little shorter, and that's okay. So just see if you can get that to match. But at least practice on your ujjayi breathing, getting that exhale all the way out first, and then beginning that fresh breath in. And again, big breath into the belly and following that exhale all the way out. So when you bring some awareness to that exhale, you might find that your exhale is a little longer. So even if you're doing it right now with me as you listen to me share this, you might find, wow, I actually could exhale a little longer than I thought. Usually because we're not actually fully implementing those abdominal muscles to breathe. And that's what we want to do, is actually tonify those internal abdominal muscles while we breathe. It's so healthy, not just, it's just healthy, period. It's healthy for the digestive system. So I was going to say not just for the core, but you're tonifying all the internal organs that exist underneath those abdominal muscles as well. And yeah, I could get into the science of all this. It's just so amazing. But if you want to learn, by the way, a little bit more about the vagus nerve that I mentioned earlier, there's so many resources now out, and I'm actually currently reading the polyvagal nerve. I believe it's polyvagal nerve theory in vagus yoga. Very, very fascinating stuff. A lot of it is stuff that I teach, so that's really, really cool. Like literally verbatim. And some of it is like over my head. It's very, very scientific, but it's still just fascinating. And I try to stay with it because it talks about literally the science of the brain and all those things. And I'm not a scientist in that way, so I don't know all those things, but All right, you guys. So Prana mudra and belly breathing. Easy, easy techniques. Um, let's see. I think that's pretty good for now. How long have we been on here for? 35 minutes? Yeah. So I think I'm going to do this more often as far as doing these pop-up little lives. If you would have any requests, suggestions, or questions for me, please feel free to leave a comment on here. I'll try to check it after this live is over or in the next 24 hours. I'm probably going to do my own little practice here. I know I haven't been on here for a while too, so if any of my YouTube followers um, hop on here, I'm sorry that I've been a little absent. I definitely would like to get back to filming some more classes for you guys. I'm considering actually trying to find a way to stream my Sunset Beach yoga classes that I do in Delray Beach twice a week. Super, super awesome. It's just difficult because I'm a one woman show. I'm the teacher and the organizer, and I'd have unless I find someone to help me stream, I'll figure it out. But take a moment to maybe place your palms together over your heart, close your eyes, and if you'd like to, just set a little intention for the rest of your day here. So even if you didn't do the breathwork practice, you just tuned in here maybe for a minute or a couple minutes or whatever it is, and you found yourself watching this moment here, it's still very, very beautiful and beneficial to just take a moment to acknowledge your heart. Palms together, eyes closed, awareness on your breath, listening to the body. Thank you, thank you, thank you, this beautiful form, this beautiful earthly vehicle, for all that you have accomplished in this life, for all that you will accomplish today. I love you. Thank you for all the senses for which I get to experience this earthly realm. Thank you for hands to hold things and feet to walk. Thank you for this breath. Nice full inhale. And just a little quiet sigh with a soft smile. Allowing your corners of your mouth to turn upward. Namaste. Thank you guys, or whoever is here still. I can't really see my screen too much. I hope you enjoyed this little breath session today. I hope that you feel a little more at ease, have a little more peace, and I'll see you around. I hope to be back here on YouTube. If not, I'll see you on the beach. Let me pan around here and give you my view one more time. Looks like the rain is coming behind me, so I'm going to tune out or jump off here. Again, thank you so much, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day and weekend.